Hi everyone, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. It's been 2 weeks, I think, since I last recorded. And I did give you guys a heads up in my last video that we are in the process of moving and selling our house. So I will not probably be recording after this for a little bit just because we're moving and I do need to get internet at our new house. So at the moment it's there's probably a bit of an echo. This room is very empty. My husband's actually out of town today and I took a day to relax and knit and just kind of chill, because otherwise I have been primarily packing and cleaning and keeping this house very clean. You'll hear a little racket in the background because I'm doing laundry too. So I am doing a little bit of cleaning today, but for the majority, I am actually just relaxing and knitting. So before I forget, because I do forget to say this sometimes, if you do want to subscribe, you can hit the subscribe button below, and then if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when I post new videos. As I said, I won't be posting some new ones for a short bit here as we're moving, but once we get settled, I'll definitely be posting more regularly again. I do try to post weekly otherwise. So if you haven't seen any of the past videos, feel free to check those out in the meantime while you're waiting. I'm not wearing a lot of knits today. I'm wearing my Ripple bralette though. I am doing that because it is toasty today. It is 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's probably with the heat index in the 100-degree mark, somewhere there. Yeah, it's quite warm. So I am naturally inside. I was outside this morning. I got up early, like I enjoy doing on the weekends. Yes, I'm weird like that. I think it's one of those things that I just, I don't know, I'm appreciative of taking the time these days to wake up early and see the sunrise or see the sunset and just experience those moments. And I really love doing it, knitting and just sitting outside. It's wonderful. So when I'm able, because when it's raining, not so easy to do that, but it was very nice this morning. Okay, so let's get into shop update first. Before I forget, moving sale. I still have that deal going on. If you use the code moving sale, it's all one word, all capital letters, and you'll get 25% off of all in stock yarn. So it's not good on this year's advent, it's not the pre-order, but if you can use it on the 2021 advent from last year. I just have very few in the shop, but if you do want that one, you can get your hands on it still, and if you use the code moving sale, you get the 25% off that yarn. So excellent deal. And that ends September 10th. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that awesome deal that's going on right now. And then let's get into finished objects. I have a finished object and I left it in the other room. Boy, I'm so ill prepared today. Hold on, and I don't edit, so there'll be a brief moment. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Oy, you know, that's what happens when you're moving. Like, your items are everywhere in your house, and of course it wasn't in the same room with me. This is actually the room that used to be my knitting room, and it was in a different room. I actually wore it already once, so I didn't block it yet. I know it's like such a cardinal sin, but you know, I just really wanted to wear it because it was hot. And this morning I wore it and it was wonderful. Because yeah, it's great. So this is the outline tank by Jessie Maed Designs, and I used my colorways Stormy Skies. And then, you guys, I did run out. I had a feeling I was going to, and I did. So I've got a fun little pop of purple. So I used Withering Heights to finish it off, and both of them are on my merino silk base. So it's 50% merino, 50% silk. So it has a beautiful sheen to it and wonderful drape. As you can see, it's very drapey. But the back has a pop of color. That's how I can differentiate the front and the back. I mean, I could put a tag in here as well, and I do have some tags, but I think it's kind of funny that the back has the purple and then the front is just, you know, my Stormy Skies, which is a really neat gray. It's kind of like a tonal gray. You've got some cool gray in there and some warmer gray, and then it has all those slip stitches or drop stitches design. It's a really comfortable tank top to wear, especially because it is that merino silk. It's so breathable. It's wonderful. I don't think I'm going to wear it to the Fiber Festival. It's quite revealing compared to most tank tops I wear. Like, this is the most revealing I tend to get with my tank tops. This is a deeper V than what I'm currently wearing. Not by much, but it is a deeper V, and I would not probably wear something with this. I'm not sure. It's extremely comfortable without something because that silk is so soft. But yeah, it's definitely a lounge around the house tank top, and I love it. I would sleep in it, but yeah, I would. It's very comfortable. So that one is my only finished object today, and then works in progress. I have a bunch, and most of them I think are new projects. If you follow me on Instagram, you're gonna be familiar with one of these projects because I have posted about it. So I purchased, I love brioche. I haven't done brioche in a while, and it's really fun, you guys. If you haven't tried brioche, especially two-color brioche, so much fun. So I purchased Leslie Ann Robinson's brioche knitting book for beginners and beyond, and her patterns are gorgeous. This is what really drew me to a lot of her patterns. She has wonderful use of color, especially the really fun colors that she puts together and the contrast. So the pattern I am working on is this one. It is called Coffee and Jewels. The Coffee and Jewels sweater. So I am doing this. Yes, it is ambitious. It is a full-on brioche sweater. I have never done that before. I have done brioche shawls and things of that nature, but not a full-on sweater. So it's a project. I have not gotten to the sleeves area yet. I am close though, but I have gotten pretty far. So it is in my project bag here, my backpack from, you know what? I'm drawing a blank. And it's a really wonderful thing. You purchase it, and 100% of the profits go to support the women who make these bags and their families out of Haiti. But I am just completely drawing, it's Hope, Haiti Bags of Hope, or, I will put a link below in the more information section if you are interested in purchasing those, because I purchased one. But so this is where I'm at so far. It is top down. Try very carefully not to slip these stitches off because, my word, you guys, look at that. I am almost to the sleeve split. Holy cow. Say that 5 times fast. So I am using all my colorways, and obviously I'm doing brioche, so it's a little tricky, but these two colorways, so I have Aurora, and then Vecna is in the background. Vecna is one of my limited run colorways, Stranger Things inspired. This is a Bluebird miniatures. There we go. Get the focus a little bit. Bluebird miniatures little cupcake. Isn't that adorable? It has a chocolate chip cookie. It's just like cute little fun things on my projects. Oh my goodness. So we have Aurora, which is a beautiful variegated, pull it out here. I feel so ill prepared today, you guys. I just really decided to do this. I wasn't going to, but then I decided I'm going to. So this is Aurora. It's a beautiful variegated. I've used this in another project, but I did the Suri. So this is my non-superwash merino nylon base. I currently do have this base in the shop, and this is also a limited run colorway. And then of course Vecna, which is like the perfect neutral. And then the next colors that I have are Crandberry and Vecna. So Vecna is now forward facing and Crandberry is in the background. And then I have Crandberry and, look at it here, Wilting Roses is in the background. And then I have Wilting Roses and Off to Oz coming up here. So I'm going to show you those because it's hard to see them in the, here we go. So Wilting Roses is a beautiful, soft, like rosy color, kind of that antique vintage rose colorway. My lighting is just awful today. You can see a little bit of speckles in there of like a rosy color. It's really beautiful. And then of course Off to Oz is this absolutely gorgeous variegated with speckles all over it. It's so much fun. There's deep blue in here, there's red speckles, yellow speckles, navy speckles, there's like purple kind of flowing throughout. It's so beautiful. So you can really appreciate that when it switches to the front forward facing, you'll be able to see it better. But there's Off to Oz in the back here. And I'm using my Knit Picks 4 square needles, which I really like those. If you're looking for some nice wooden needles, these Knit Picks, I do really like them. I've heard great things, that's why I got them, and I do really enjoy them. My Chiogos are my favorite, but I definitely think as a change up for my hands, do it with the wooden needles that are square. These are great. So I'm almost splitting for the sleeves, and it's been a lot of fun. It's really pretty easy to this pattern. It looks super intimidating, I realize that, and I know it is intimidating looking. It's time consuming. This is about 2 weeks worth of work here. I primarily have been working on this during my lunch breaks at work, and when I came home, I worked on this a lot. I've been very stressed, you guys, very stressed. Yeah, people aren't kidding when they say home buying is stressful and selling, because I went to the doctor the other day. This might be TMI, but I went to the doctor the other day and my blood pressure was pretty high, and I never have high blood pressure. I never do. So that's really weird and bizarre. So I'm trying to take more time to relax and knit and try to stay calm, because yeah, it's not worth risking your health because you're just getting worked up about things. So yeah, I've been knitting a lot, and they're complicated patterns looking. I mean, like, they take a lot of focus. This does take a lot of focus. You will notice I have stitch markers through every repeat, and I think Leslie actually recommended doing that. She's really good about that. Some people don't say that, but you really should. If you're doing a repeated brioche like this, put stitch markers at the end of each repeat. It will save you such a headache, because if you end up ending your repeat and you're not ending on the right stitch, you know you've slipped up somewhere. So with brioche, highly recommend doing that. So really like this pattern, and again, that is Coffee and Jewels Sweater by Leslie Ann Robinson. You can totally buy that pattern on her Ravelry page, so you don't have to buy the whole book. I just bought the book because I knew there were a lot of patterns in there that looked like a lot of fun, and yeah, I just wanted to go for it. So it's a great deal too. The cost of this book is like the cost of 4 patterns, so if you can find 4 patterns that you like of hers in here, which I know I found at least 4 I want to do, it pays for it itself. So There you go. I bought that on my own though. I'm not like sponsored or anything. All right, I just really love her patterns, and I was a one of her knit-alongs that she was doing, or brioche-alongs. Excuse me. Oh my word, I'm so tired. One of those brioche-alongs that she did. I was a prize sponsor for her. So yeah, she just seems like a wonderful person. Anyway, next pattern, one you have seen before, and then I'll show you one that you haven't seen again, because apparently I'm knitting on all kinds of things, even though I have no business doing so. So what I do, guys, it's what I do when I stress out. Okay, so next is Birdseed. It is a pattern by, probably should tell you who it's by, Jamie Hoffman. Here it is. It is a slightly more fitted sweater. It has really nice little puff to the sleeve, which I'm loving. And the next pattern I'm working on also has that little bit of a puff to the sleeve, which I'm excited about because it tapers and gets tighter at your wrist, but it's puffy. And I don't know, I'm really excited about it. Wow, I'm sorry, that is probably really loud. I can't help it right now, you guys. I have no buffers. All right, Birdseed. It is a one-of-a-kind colorway that I dyed up, and it's on 100% corriedale base. It has beautiful squish. So this is that Birdseed. I am like not even half an inch from the ribbing section of the bottom, and then I can go to the sleeves. So this is definitely starting to go quick now. Yeah, it's really pretty. It is a tonal yarn that I dyed up, semi-solid tonal. It's beautiful. It's just this really pretty color. I took a photo of it for Instagram and it turned out looking really bizarre. This is closer to the actual color from what I can see on the screen. This looks much more like it's supposed to. It's like this, I've got one little like mess up here that I have on there. A little bit of dye just decided to not blend with the rest. So it was a flaw, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. It's pretty much under my arm area. There's this really fun design work that's going on here. I don't want to give it away because it's a paid for pattern. I'm pretty sure I paid for it. I've been buying a lot of patterns lately, so there's a fun little stitch patterning that makes it look like a seam down the side. It's not seamed. It's completely knitting around. I can't talk. Oh my word. I better wrap this video up because I'm just speaking gibberish now. But it's really fun. This is where I was last time I talked to you guys, so a whole lot of knitting has been done on it. It's just stockinette at this point. It's wonderful. And yeah, I think it's gonna go a lot quicker. This is, like I said, it's gonna be slightly fitted. Has just a little bit more of a kind of negative ease fit to it, just a slight negative ease. So it will be a bit more fitted. And I'm excited about that because it looks, wonderful. Squishy, soft. It's very lightweight because the corriedale is very lightweight. This is a base that I am playing with, getting in the shop coming up here in the fall. I think that will happen. It's a very small farm that I did talk to and have been in communication with, and they are totally up for doing that because they sold it to me in cones, and that is just not the way I can purchase it because I just don't have the capacity to hand like make skeins with the nitty knotty. That just takes way too much time. So I would definitely need them to be pre-skeined already, and they can have that done by the fiber mill. They just need to know that that's what I'm going to do because they have to change the cost to me. But yeah, I definitely am hoping to do that, and it will be then a really nice local, semi-local, they're out of Ohio base, which I'm really excited about. And it's farm yarn that is non-superwash. It's non-superwash. So that's Birdseed, and it's wonderful. It's just nice wonderful knitting pattern. I am very much enjoying that one, and I hadn't knit on it in a while, but I'm back to it. All right, my latest, I literally cast this on this morning. Very fresh. So you guys may have seen this if you are a fan of Andrea Mowry, as I am. As you know, if you've been with me for a bit, I have done a couple patterns from her. I try so hard to do different designers and not do the same people, but she is wonderful. Her patterns are so much fun. She just seems like a wonderful human being from her podcast. And yeah, oh my gosh, amazing. So this is her Alpenglow one. It is a Rhinebeck sweater. She does a Rhinebeck sweater pattern each year now. I can't remember if this is the 5th year that she's done it, but yes, this is a Rhinebeck sweater. Rhinebeck is a fiber festival. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. Oh goodness. Yeah, Rhinebeck is a fiber festival, and I am not going to the fiber festival, but I do want to participate in her knit along. This is probably the second knit along that I have done with her. I did the Spin It to knit along with her socks, which I actually haven't finished those socks yet, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so close to as well. That's what's really annoying. Anyway, tangent. So Alpenglow, I am not using the called for yarn because one, I can't afford spin cycle yarn. Spin cycle yarn is wonderful. It's wonderful looking. I've never purchased it, but it is rather expensive for the quantity, and I'm not saying it's not probably wonderful yarn. I just can't afford it. However, I can afford Stonehedge Fiber Mill's Crazy yarn, which is very, very similar. It is dyed in the wool, and then they spin it, and it's so fun. Each skein is completely one of a kind, and some are similar, so they kind of go together. I'll show you an example. So the colorways I'm using for her Alpenglow are, this is a Crazy yarn colorway, caked up, and then these two are in the pattern being used as the same color, but they're actually two different Crazy skeins, but they're similar. They're similar enough. They're different, but they're similar enough that they work as one, if that makes sense. So like this color combination is in here, and this like brownish color combination is also in here. So there's a lot of similarities that I definitely think I could get away with calling these like one skein. So that is one. These are also Crazy yarns. So Stonehedge Fiber Mill, at least where I'm at here in Michigan, I buy it directly from them, and it retails at $14.50 a skein, which is not your cheapest yarn in the very, like going to a big box store, but it's 100% merino, and it's beautiful, and it looks a lot like Spin Cycle because it has all these fun colors, but it's a fraction of the cost. The Spin Cycle is very expensive. So if you just look it up, look up Spin Cycle yarn. It's beautiful, but if you look at the cost, you'll go, holy cow. Like, you can get multiple skeins of this for the cost of Spin Cycle. So I am always a big fan of supporting my local yarn shops if I can. These are not purchased from the local yarn shop, but it is purchased from Stonehedge Fiber Mill, which is out of northern Michigan. I'm out of Michigan, if you're new. So I like to support my local people here. And then this is also from Stonehedge Fiber Mill. I just ordered a bunch of yarn from them. This is their Roxy yarn. They do still have some currently in the shop. I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but if you're watching it from when I'm posting it here, this is currently in their shop. It's Roxy is the yarn. It is it is merino alpaca blend. I will let you know because you never know, but it is a little bit. So from what I'm gathering, I think this is adult alpaca fur that's in here. It has a little bit more of a prickle, not a lot, but it has a little bit more of a prickle factor to it. And if you are sensitive to alpaca, you probably will be sensitive to this, but it's beautiful. It is like a milky chocolate color. It's really pretty, a light brown. And that is going to go with these colors. And then I am also using my colorway because she calls for a lace weight, like a alpaca something or other, or I don't know. I don't want to give it away. If you look at Ravelry, you can get all the specifics, but this is my Stardust colorway. It is really beautiful. It is 100% Suri. It's my Suri base. It's 100% baby alpaca. It's very soft, very, very soft. So that's why I can tell that this has got to be an adult alpaca, because it's not quite as soft as this. And merino is very soft. So it's got to be the alpaca that's giving just a little bit of a prickle. It's not like Icelandic yarn, if you've used that. It's not like that. But there's a little bit of a prickle to it. So there is a difference. So I'm using these colors all together for my Alpenglow. And here's where I'm at so far. Not super far, but I'm just working down the yoke. So you can see I did the neck shaping here. There's some like short row shaping. I don't want to give too much away. This is a paid for pattern. This is that Stardust colorway, which I do currently have in the shop. And then now we're worked into the Roxy colorway, which is that milk chocolate brown color. It's almost like a gray brown. It's so light. It's beautiful. And now we're working into that, this crazy yarn that is going to be kind of going through the body here. And you can kind of see what's going on here. I'm working on this section right here where there's like this striping going downwards. I'm doing that with that crazy yarn floats. I'm not even going to pretend that that's not hard to see because I literally just started doing that striping. But it's really pretty. I'm a big fan of purples and like deep reds, and that's what's going on here. Kind of a raspberry and purple color. And then that'll be closest to my face. And I think what I'm going to do is, because she did more of a solid for the collar and then the cuffs, I'm going to probably, because I've stopped with this at this point, and then this is going to be used on the cuffs and the collar, I am kind of going to strategically knit with this darker color when I get to the collar, because I kind of want that closest to my face. That color combination looks really good on my skin tone, where like other colors can be like washing out. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I think it's going to be so pretty and just different, unique, and yeah. And then this Stardust is also going to be in the cuffs. It's really pretty. And I've never done anything like that where I've used like this fuzzy Suri in a like garment. I have it in my Rain or Shine shawl by Stephen West that I'm working on, which I didn't work on recently, so that's why I'm not showing it right now. But it's just kind of fun, this little pop of fuzz that's going to be going on around the collar. I don't know, I think it's going to be so much fun. And then I'll finish it when fall hits, so I'll be able to wear it when it's cold. So this is kind of my celebratory project for the fact that we are moving and we bought a house, and yeah, a lot going on right now. So just something fun to focus on. This past week has been a like roller coaster week, so yeah, just wanted to do something that is fun and brings me a lot of joy. This is bringing me so much joy. Yeah, wow. I'm going to go down like a rabbit hole here, so we're going to focus on other things right now, but this past week was really, really hard. So anyway, I highly recommend recommend this pattern so far. I mean, I haven't done much on it yet, but it's been so much fun. As Andrea said, it's addicting. I can see why, because you're going to be doing like all kinds of color work, and I think she said you'll do, it's like there's stranded color work, which is what I'm currently doing, but I think she said there's something else in here too, and I'm just blanking. Sorry guys, I don't remember the technique. If you go on Ravelry, there's a list of all the techniques that you'll do in this, and there's a bunch, which she said it's just like potato chip knitting, which I totally get that. I've literally only been working on this since this morning. Granted, I have a couple hours worth of work in this, but it just is so much fun because the color stranded work, and yeah, it's just so much fun to see the changing of the color and what's going on here. Mosaic knitting, I think that's one part of what's going to go in this too. So there's just a lot of fun techniques going on. So I definitely recommend it so far, and you can purchase it through her website. I got it on sale because she did have a coupon when she first released it. I'm sorry to say it's probably not going on anymore, but it is so much fun. So that is about that. That's about it for my works in progress at the moment that I'm currently working on. I have a couple that are like unfinished objects that are waiting in the wings, but yeah, as I said, so for like life update end of things, we are, oh my word, finally. So this, it seems like forever. I don't know why. It's the same amount of time it took to like close, but because you have so much going on. I don't know if you purchased a house, but when you buy a house, you do your contract, and then usually it takes about 30 days to close because you have to get inspections done. If you have a loan, it takes that long to get inspections, appraisals, all that stuff. So it takes some time. And then, yeah, so that took time. And then we have 30 more days that we gave the sellers. And now that 30 days is wrapping up. So the 10th, which is Wednesday, we're taking possession of our new house, which is huge, huge. We can finally start moving stuff into the house because right now, like half our furniture is in our garage right now because we have to get it out of the house to like make the house more empty to show it. And yeah, so it's been stressful. So we've been working on all of that right now, and showings and keeping the house clean. This has been like the story of my life the past 2 weeks, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot. So we at least will take possession of our new house Wednesday, which is great. We will not fully move in though until probably the end of August, and really the only reason for that is because, well, we have a lot going on the weekends, and by a lot going on, we're not home for many weekends. Like I said, this coming weekend, I'm going to, my mom actually is going to be in town. I don't know if I mentioned that. So she's going to be in town this coming weekend to help just kind of clean that house. The house is probably going to be very clean. It's a very clean house, and it's more or less just kind of wiping certain things down because then you just, you know you cleaned it. It makes you feel better. I don't know. It's probably just me. Anybody else that way? But I do have a question for you guys. So if you're still with me, if you live like out in the country, especially if you're in Michigan and you don't live like on top of a city or town, what internet provider do you have? I would love to hear in the comments below because we are like out there and we've been researching, and it's pretty tricky to find internet where we're at. There are not any internet lines. It's, I think we may end up, not 100%, I think we may end up going with Verizon, doing a hotspot and basically using data and doing that for a while until we either get internet out there, which I don't think they're going to drop a line. I mean, we are in the country, guys. We're on a private road. Like, we are out there. we're out there. Like, if the plowing service comes, it will probably be one of the last roads kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, we're out there. Which I'm looking forward to in a sense, just being like out in the country. It's beautiful. So I am looking forward to that. But internet is something I use. And so that would be nice to have as well. So I would love to hear from you guys, like what you use when you're out in the country there. We've looked at all kinds of things as ideas, and even our provider we currently have where we're located now is not there. We called them and asked, and they're like, nope, we don't service that area. I'm like, darn, well, that's a bummer. You should. So yeah, that's something we need to figure out. And then, yeah, that's about it. That's about it for what's going on right now. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys are up to, what you've been doing. I hope you're doing well. I really do, and I hope you're creating and staying healthy. Yeah, so just be kind to yourselves and be kind to others. I know. I'm trying to think of, it's Kat. She's a podcaster. Heather and Hops. If you haven't checked out Heather and Hops, Kat on Heather and Hops, she is a wonderful podcast to listen to. She is just, again, another wonderful soul to listen to, and she always says that, and I really think that is something to keep in mind, you know, with everything going on in the world, and just be kind to each other, be kind to yourself. It's, you know, we I mean, I know it depends on what you believe, but I mean, we are living one life here, and we really should treat others with respect and kindness, and the way we'd like to be treated. So, there's my weird little spiel. Yeah, just it's been a rough week. I don't really want to go into too much detail because it's not my place to do so. It hits close to home for me. One of my very close friends lost her baby this past couple weeks, and yeah, it's just hard. So yeah, but if anyone else is going through that or knows someone that has, I'm sorry. It's it's devastating. So, like I said, just be kind to each other, and yeah. And if you have any kids, if you have been blessed with children in your life, whether they are your kids or children that you know, like friends' kids or something like that, give them a good hug, because it's such a blessing to be able to have them in your life. Anyway, before I get super emotional, because I don't want to do that, and I don't want to pull anyone down a dark path at all. It's just, you know, there are hard moments in life here, and yeah, we need to appreciate those good moments that we have, and hold on to them. So anyway, without further ado, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, possibly month, possibly couple months, because I'm going to be packing up my life here and moving in the next couple weeks. So I don't foresee myself being on here for probably a month, and I will miss talking to you guys for a bit here, but I look forward to catching up with you soon, and I hope you are creating in the meantime, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great week, month, couple months, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.